obviously, this is one of my prouder moments as a coach. And I think a lot of times, the older you get, you start to really stop and smell the roses and relish opportunities and to spend with the kids and to just understand the situation, the magnitude of the situation. And the reason I'm proud is because, I'm sure when a lot of people walked out and they saw Elizabeth Kitley in street clothes, they didn't give us much of a chance. And we know how good we are, and we're a team that's constructed to, have a lot of different options on different nights, which is a case in point. All of them have scored in the 20s. All my starters have scored in the 20s this year, and they just next person up mentality. They knew they didn't have nobody was going to be Liz, but they just had to be a better version of themselves. So very, very proud of this group, the way that they handled it. It wasn't always pretty. Sometimes it was backyard basketball. We don't have very many plays where Liz is not involved, and they really adjusted on the fly, and the execution and the effort. I was very, very proud of them.
So, Mark.
For the players, a lot of teams, would not have been able to win a game without an All-American. What does it say about your team that you were able to do so, and what was kind of the mindset of you guys during the game?
I think we have a team full of All-Americans, whether or not they've been given the accolade. I think we have a lot of trust in each other, and we're trying to build it in ourselves too. And so, like Coach said, just understanding your role and not trying to make up for the things that Liz does, but just doing your job and doing it really well. And I think tonight it showed that when we do that, we can win good games.
It was going to be gutsy regardless if we had Liz or not. UVA is going to come out and they're going to play hard against us just as we're going to play hard against them. So having Liz out, obviously, it was a huge blow, but I think everyone did a great job of stepping up.
Kenny, you hoping she might be able to play this weekend in Miami? Or?
Yeah, and obviously, hindsight is 20/20, but in the fact that we were able to rest her and still get a win, and she didn't have to pound on her leg. She went through shoot around today, just gingerly, and then I made the decision to hold her out, and we know we have a lot of basketball left, and we hope that she's going to be able to play, but we'll evaluate her again tomorrow, and see how she's gotten a lot better, every day since it's happened, so we're hoping that it'll continue.
We'll go to the back to Ryan.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Good, man. How about you?
I'm hanging in. We spoke at the beginning of the season about Deja Gregg and the intangibles. I guess those intangibles were on full display tonight, correct?
Yeah, they were. I think I nicknamed them Thing 1 and Thing 2. And both of them got doubles tonight. I don't know which one's Thing 1 and which one's Thing 2, but we'll take it.
It's just Timo.
Good Timo.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, but no, you know what? Deja Gregg has done a tremendous job, especially in the last few games, and the intangibles. Sometimes it doesn't show up in the stat sheet. I've referenced the Draymond Green role that she has with us. She's a connector. Tonight she was big in doing a couple of those things, big free throws down the stretch. Took a big charge at the end of the basketball game. A lot of the little things that she does, and she's getting her opportunity. Tonight was her first start that she's ever had, and she made good of the moment. And so very, very proud of her and what she's been able to do, and she's playing very well right now. And so obviously, when we get our full complement of players back, and she's gained this valuable experience. It's only going to strengthen us and make us better.
On the left, David.
What about your 2-3 zone? I know you're a man-to-man guy.
Yeah, man.
What about the 2-3 zone worked so well?
I gotta eat a Pepto-Bismol pill before I take it because it just makes me sick to have to play zone. But it's out of necessity, and the kids did a really good job. We mixed it up a little bit. We had 2 zones that we put in and that we were running tonight, and they did a good job of mixing it up. We didn't want to give UVA the same look for the whole game. So we went man-to-man in the beginning, and we kind of switched it to a 2-3, and then went to a 3-2, and then we went back to man-to-man, and we went back to a 2-3, just trying to keep them off balance. And I thought the kids did a really good job of executing it, understanding it, communicating, and making sure we were in the right one. I think we only got mixed up maybe once, and they did a really good job of communicating that.
Georgia, there were a couple times down the stretch where UVA hit a shot and cut it to a 1-point game or 3-point game. You guys continued to just be methodical and find a way to get a basket. What was working so well down the stretch for you guys, just offensively as a whole?
Just slowing it down and making sure that we value at the possession and get a really good look. we're playing a zone, so there was going to be people open, and just not trying to get disheartened by that and come back and set it up and run our stuff, because we do have offensive threats, and they weren't. I mean, they were on tonight, so.
To the right, Jimmy.
Kenny, without Liz, what was your game plan offensively?
We were making it up as we were going. It was kind of like backyard basketball. Because honestly, we went through shoot around and she participated. And so we didn't really know if she was going to go or not. And then it wasn't until after shoot around that I made the decision. And we had 2 game plans. We had one that we practiced, and then we had one that we were walking through today, and we didn't know which one was going to be. And so it was essentially we wanted to get Taylor in opportunities where she could rip and go and get to the basket. We wanted to make sure we got Georgia involved. We anticipated that they were going to do some stuff, face guarding her. We saw them do the same thing to a couple other players on the perimeter, and I thought she did a phenomenal job of not allowing it to happen and really getting open. And once we saw that she could do that, we were still putting her in the mix of our offense. A lot of ball screens, getting her open. I yelled at her a couple times. I thought she was open and could have shot the ball, and she didn't. But everybody stepped up. Taylor did a good job. Kiana Traylor had a stretch where she really helped us separate. Deasia Gregg hit some shots, and Kayla King hit some very timely shots to just really keep that league stretched out. So everybody stepped up and did it, and we were. I laugh and joke about it, but we did have a couple of possessions where we did some backyard basketball, and it was like, okay, let's just screen here and to get a favorable matchup. And we saw a couple of opportunities out there to get us a favorable matchup for her to be able to go to work, and we executed it and took advantage of it.
Taylor, I think you had 14 points the previous 2 games, 18 points in 10 tonight. I'm assuming you're a fan of backyard basketball.
Yeah, I think if Coach was honest, he'd probably say I play a brand of basketball that is unique, and so coming here, wanting to be a team player and play Virginia Tech basketball has been something I've been trying to work on. And I think in today's game, it definitely catered more towards my type of style of basketball, but at the same time, just working the ball, helping my teammates out, being in the right spots, and the points are nice, but like the team dub.
And that's the thing too, and I'll piggyback off what she said. It's like we're still getting to learn each other. I'm still finding out where she likes the ball, where she's most successful, and when we get our full complement of players back, then I'll know when, okay, pick and choose. Okay, this is Taylor's time. Okay, let's get Taylor an opportunity. We'll know what to do with it, and so we're only strengthening ourselves right now. And so when Liz comes back and when Ashley Owusu comes back, it's just going to strengthen us. Because if you can have people like Kiana Traylor and Deasia Gregg coming off the bench, the way that they've been able to perform even as starters, that's just only going to strengthen you. It's going to give you an opportunity to play deep into March.
On the left with Tim.
Kenny, what changed coming out of halftime? Because this was a very back and forth first half, and then you guys seemed to just take control of this game in the third quarter and keep UVA at an arm's length for the rest of the way.
Yeah, I thought in the first half we got stagnant. I think we saw some opportunities, and we were trying to attack those opportunities without ball movement. And that's one of the things we talked about at halftime, just to get the ball moving from side to side, then look to attack. And I thought we got some really good looks from it. And we were very opportunistic in transition. We weren't going to try to just run, because obviously they were trying to preserve some energy. But when they had the opportunity to run, they got open, and we got some kids free. I think Georgia got a good look. Kayla got a couple good looks. And we were able to separate ourselves a little bit. We had an opportunity to even push it out even more. We got the lead up to 8. I think Taylor missed a free throw. I could have put it to 9. And then we had like 3 straight possessions where we didn't get a shot off because we turned the ball over. But we regrouped, and we hit very timely shots. Kiana Traylor's 3 was timely. Kayla King hit a timely 3, and Georgia hit a big timely 3. And so we were able to keep them at bay.
In the back with Anthony.
Georgia, after the Carolina game, you talked about wanting to play more aggressive, and that you did in that game. Do you feel like that carried over tonight? And do you feel as if you play better when you're in that mindset?
Yeah, I think I had more left-hand layups tonight than I had last year. So just seeing my opportunities and taking them, and not – I could have had the opportunity to just sit in the corner and let them face guard me, but I didn't want that at all. So, yeah, aggressiveness is definitely carrying over.
I've been telling her she's one of the best guards in this league. And I think in the beginning, as they're all trying to get acclimated to each other, you know, her job was facilitating, and I think she took a back seat, just trying to make sure everybody else was okay. Kind of lost the rhythm sometimes, you know, just whether or not to be aggressive or not to. And you know, she understands that, you know, she needs to be aggressive, and her aggression is not going to be okay. She's going to jack up shots, bad shots. You know, she's going to get everyone involved like she can. But I think she's starting to hit a rhythm now and understanding what we need and how we need it from her.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, guys.
Thanks, y'all.
All right, good. Thank you.
Safe travels.
Yeah, we get to go down tomorrow.